Yeah. Welcome. 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 So sorry. I'm sorry for the lack of notice. I don't know. Something came over me. I felt like pressing the button. You know, I felt like pressing the button and going live, even though I didn't schedule it. Hmm. I don't know. I've kind of wanted to stream at this time anyway, at least once, just to see, just to test it out. Because I don't know. I feel like there's a chance that you live in a time zone where my regular time is really unhealthy and inconvenient for you, and I feel kind of bad about that. So maybe once every while, you know, every once in a while. Is that the saying, or is it once and a while? I think it's once in a while, right? Yeah, I hope it can be a nice surprise rather than like anything lame. I don't want you to crash out. Or if you're watching this from the future, because this is like the direct opposite of my usual time, literally the direct opposite, 12 hours before my usual time. I hope it's not too bad. Sorry. Hmm. Is Tokun doing all right? Yes. Oh yes, I forgot. I should probably talk about that, shouldn't I? Yeah. It's off camera. You can't really see it off camera right now, but my toe is doing a-okay. She's splinted up and she's also taped to her neighbor. So it was just to give you the full. Actually, I should start from the beginning. I should start from the beginning. So, picture it, okay? Kaelix, yesterday morning, approximately 24 hours from like now, but yesterday, like 24 hours ago ish. All right, full day in rewind. I get to thinking about 3D stuff. I get really excited. I really look forward to the day that I can do 3D stuff. I'm living off of the high of my previous karaoke stream, and I see people on social media talking about doing things like that in 3D, and that makes me really excited. And so I put in extra work in my usual dance practice than usual. I work a little harder. I punch a little harder. I kick a little harder. I go for a little longer. Because I want to be able to dance when that day does come in the future. And so in my practice, I swing my foot really hard, like really hard with all of my force, all of my passion, and I kick the frame of my bed, which is made of metal, and my pinky toe goes in a direction it's not supposed to go. And I hear a little sound that I won't describe in detail for you. I'll spare you that much. And I'm like, ah, man, that really sucks. Well, that was a freebie. You know. Well, that was a freebie. And then I just walk it off because, you know, I stub my toes all the time. I'm not very coordinated, unfortunately, despite being large. So I'm prone to bumping into things. It happens most often with my arms. I tend to bump my wrist bone into doorknobs and stuff. And it usually just, you know, it'll feel better after a while. So I just go to sleep. And then I wake up, start getting ready for my stream, and it still hurts. And I've read before that the way to know that you didn't just stub your toe and something more happened is that it still hurts after several hours. And it was pretty bad. And it wasn't looking too good either. Thankfully, mobility isn't too bad. Like, I can still spread my toes out and stuff, and I can still bend them too, which is really good. That's really, really good. Usually if you break something, that's the sign that it'll take a lot longer to heal, is that you can't move it as freely as usual. So I cancel my stream. Tears in my eyes. No, I wasn't crying. I didn't cry a single time. I did feel bad about it, though. And then I went to the doctor. It was my first time going to the doctor in a while. I don't know. I don't tend to go to the doctor unless it's an emergency like this. I don't know. I wanted to make sure that it healed normally. I didn't want it to heal in the wrong direction or anything, because that could get in the way of dancing and stuff, or like walking. And they examine it. It felt so silly, right? Because they had all these people and they had all these cool machinery, but it was just the tiniest thing, because it was my pinky toe. It was my pinky toe, the tiniest toe, right? It's the tiniest thing ever, so it's kind of funny, right? It's like they're all making all this fuss, but it's the tiniest little thing. And yeah, they're all examining it, and then radiologists are talking, and it's this whole thing, and then I sit around and wait for an answer for hours. And it is broken, unfortunately, but it's a really tiny break. It's really, really small. And she said that it should heal perfectly after a few weeks. Like 2 or 3 weeks is what she told me, and said that if it worsened that I should come back, but it probably wouldn't. So I win. So all I have to do is replace my splint and the tape every day, and wear this funny boot that she gave me. I saw people misunderstanding. It's not a cast. Thankfully, I don't need a cast. It's not that bad. It's a tiny, tiny break. The bruising was honestly more of an issue than the bone underneath or anything like that. Yeah, it's more like it's kind of like a square-shaped sandal. You know what I mean? It's like a sandal, but it's shaped like a square. It's actually kind of swag. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would love to have another one so I could walk around with 2 of these. It's pretty unique. I've not seen this before. Yeah, it's like a post-op ortho shoe, I think is what they're called. Or like a boot. Boot is the word that they use. Yeah, it's kind of like Minecraft. Yeah, the Minecraft Sandies. But yeah, that's my story. So sorry if I worried you. I don't know. I thought maybe it would be better to just be vague so I didn't keep you worrying or anything. But also I felt like you would worry more if I was like, I have to cancel stream today, so sorry, and then I said nothing else. I feel like you'd sit around and wonder why. So I'd prefer to just be straightforward about it. Yeah. I broke my toe. I broke a bone. Yeah, I talked about this on stream at one point, not too long ago actually, about how I've always wondered what it feels like. Exactly as foretold. It hurts. It sucks. It's not that great. Kind of overrated, not gonna lie. But now I know. Funny. Yeah, now I know. And I think I got off easy, right? I feel like I got the easiest first break I could have, because I feel like it's usually a lot worse when it's like an arm or something. Rate it. So do you mean like rating pain? Because I had to do that a bunch yesterday. Or do you just mean like rating the overall experience? Like 10 is really good. I'd put it honestly at about like 4. It's like I would rather have not done it, but it's not that bad. It's really not. Is the pain still present? Yeah, but not always. It's at the point now where if I'm laying down or if I have my foot like up on something, I don't feel it much at all. I almost forget it's there. It's just bad when I'm walking on it. So I need to delegate some of my chores to my siblings for a bit, which sucks, but they're very down to do it. So that's good. And I can't walk. I was doing so good. I've been walking more recently. I've been doing so good at that because I've been waking up around these hours lately. Oh yeah, another update for that, because I haven't talked about my sleep schedule as much. You know, I love to sit and whine about my sleep being irregular. So last you heard from me, I think I was sleeping polyphasically, right? And to explain that word for anybody who does not know, so usually when you sleep monophasically. That means you sleep like 8 to 12-ish hours one time in 24 hours. Right? You do that every 24 hours, one sleep. Polyphasically means you're sleeping like 3 to 5 times for way shorter, like just an hour to 3 hours at a time. I was doing that for a bit. I was doing that for about a weekish, I think, last. I would go to sleep, and then I'd wake up a couple hours later, and then I'd work for a bit, or I'd I'd do stuff, I'd hang out, I'd talk on social media, then I go to sleep, then I wake up again. For the last several days, I've been sleeping biphasically, which is kind of, it's honestly identical to polyphasically. It still counts as polyphasic, but instead of sleeping a handful of times, I just sleep twice. So I've split it into 2 halves. I've split it into 2 halves. So right now, I'm going to bed around 11 p.m. and then I wake up around like 3 or 4 a.m. depending on how late I go to bed. And then I'm up for several hours, and then I'll go to bed again here in an hour or 2 around like 10 a.m. Referring to the clock up here, for reference. That's in my time zone. And then I'll sleep again for about the same amount of time, and then I get ready to stream. Yeah. Honestly, I kind of prefer the biphasic sleep because it means I get to see more people. But I need to push towards just, you know, sleeping one time at night. That's the healthiest. And I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Each night I sleep a little bit longer at night. Yeah, so I'm kind of balling. That's also why I'm here now. If you're curious, I just I don't know. I realized that I would be awake for a couple extra hours, and I didn't get to go live yesterday, and I like going live on Sundays. And I don't know. There's also like a bunch of stuff I had to tell you about. I totally forgot as soon as I pressed live. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah. Just thought I'd hang out for a bit, apprise you of my situation. Yeah, we ball. Wait, is it that scary? Does my schedule scare you? It'll be fine eventually. It's honestly entirely self-imposed. It's just because I get stricken with the FOMO and I can't resist the urge to hang out in VC. And everybody that I want to hang out with just loves to stay up late at night. I'm telling you, it's sick. These people are sick. It's so worth it though. I wouldn't change a thing. Are you aiming to finish Breath of the Wild this week? Maybe. I want to play it by ear. I actually thought about writing that the third one this week was a finale, but I don't know. I don't want to box it in. But here's the thing. This Thursday, I'll be trying to get a Switch 2 in addition to some other stuff. That's why I took that day off. I probably won't go in person. I was really hoping to take care of that, but I'm probably going to have some agents go in on my behalf and see if they can get me a Switch 2. If I can get a Switch 2, that means I'll be ready to transition from Breath of the Wild over to Tears of the Kingdom. But I don't know. I'm hesitant to just drop the game. You know, we've played it since debut. It's special. But also, Tears of the Kingdom is basically just big Breath of the Wild. So I'm not too upset about it. I'm not like too sad to let it go. And it'll run a lot cooler. Like it'll run really smoothly and it will look so sexy and beautiful. Yeah, and Animal Crossing New Horizons, I'm planning to play that as well as soon as I have a Switch 2. Yeah, so I plan to just play it 3 times this week and see how far we get. I may actually, in order to get further, I hope you don't mind, I may swap my schedule. I know I literally just published it, but I realized as soon as I published it, I actually have like a meeting scheduled this Tuesday. So if I continue with the Zelda stream, then I'll have to cut it off. But if I flip Tuesday and Wednesday, and I do the members only stream on the Tuesday, I could do Zelda for longer on the Wednesday. Even more Zelda. So I may flip it. Again, sorry for the short notice. I'm honestly just short notice for everything lately. But that's what I'm thinking about. I realized I literally just published it, so I may back out of that. Yeah, I realized I looked at my calendar again. I was like, silly Kaelix. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you doing? Yeah, I don't know. That if I do it that way, that means we'll be able to make more progress in the game. And we'll be able to start Tears of the Kingdom sooner. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited for Tears of the Kingdom. I was watching Sunny play it for a little bit earlier, and it made me so excited all over again. Because I haven't touched Tears of the Kingdom since before we started Breath of the Wild. And Tears of the Kingdom is usually the Zelda game that I open just every now and then casually while I'm just resting or when I'm on the phone. But I haven't done it because I wanted to go in fresh after Breath of the Wild. And I haven't been playing Breath of the Wild off stream either because I wanted it to all like be together. I didn't want to do it without you, so. Yeah, Acorn Dude, his little acorn hat. I saw that make a return. I haven't seen his acorn hat in a while. I don't know how often he does that, but I remember when he put that on for the first time and everybody was obsessed with it. Maybe I should borrow it sometime. Ooh. Sorry. I was picking my tea up off of my little, what are these called? The little like temperature safe fabric mat that you put the tea on so that it doesn't leave a ring on your desk. What is that called? I can't remember the word. I'm forgetting so many words lately. Coaster. That's the word. Yeah. I was picking it up off my coaster, but the coaster clung to it and it scared me for a little bit. Today I'm having strong ginger with honey in it. I put a bunch of honey in it. It's so yummy. Kind of sweet. Toaster. Nah, not a toaster, unfortunately. It would be really, really cool, though, if you could, like, put your mug on a toaster and then it would keep it warm. That is an actual thing. There's, like, heated coasters. I've been thinking about ordering one of those so that I could, like, just keep my tea warm and drink it more sporadically. Because I find that every time I have tea ready for a stream, I'll get to, like, the 20 to 40 minute mark, and then it's at the perfect temperature, and I just throw it back. You know, I just chug as much of it as I can while it's at the perfect temp. and then I've got no tea left. But if I had a heated coaster, I could just take a little sip for the entire stream and not just, you know, try to savor that perfect spot, because it would never leave that perfect spot. You know what I mean? I may try that. An accident waiting to happen, really? What, the heated coaster? Are those dangerous? Honestly, I would find a way to make it dangerous. I would find a way. Or do you mean the toaster? The toaster mug holder? I wonder. It'd be pretty cool though. Like just to have a coaster that looks like a toaster, like stands upright and has like the red coils that heat up. That'd be pretty cool. Alcohol shots, no tea shots. Yeah, I don't do alcohol. I'd love to try it though. I've talked about this before. I'm very curious about what kind of drunk I am. All right, place your bets. What kind of drunk am I? Am I the type that gets really, really loud? I feel like I'm already pretty loud in a group setting. Do you think it would amplify that, or do you think it would cancel it out? Like, do you think I'd get really, really loud and stupid? Or do you think I'd be the type that just gets really sleepy? Or is there like some secret third flavor that I don't know about? Clingy? I probably would get clingy. I have to wait. No, thinking about it, that's probably exactly what it is. Because here's the thing. From what I understand about alcohol as someone who never had it, it just kind of strips you of your inhibitions. So you just go with like your first thought, your first instinct. And when I'm with my friends, I have to hold myself back from just like squeezing them at all the hours, like just all the time. I see them and I want to wrap them in my arms and I just want to squeeze them. I want to pop them like this. Pop them like the grape. So I'd probably get clingy in that case, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to try it sometime next time I'm with By the Beat, maybe, and I'll give you the full report, or maybe they will. I don't know how that'll go. The do you hate me drunk? I'm the do you hate me sober, unfortunately. I don't need the alcohol for that to happen. Though it's always a joke. It's always a joke. To be clear, it is always a joke. I never mean it. Not with nobody, or not with anybody, rather. Not with anybody. I never mean it. Drinking stream? Probably not. Definitely not until after I've had some, because you know, it'd be like a dangerous scenario is that I'm the kind of drunk that gets drunk and then starts telling everybody's secrets. If I'm that type, because, you know, I'm holding some secrets for people, that'd probably be a good idea not to do, you know? Probably be better to keep that off the stream. Yeah, we'll have to find out. I'm not drinking stream safe yet. I need to be tested. I need to be primed first. Yeah, I don't want to put anybody's secrets at risk. Or honestly, I don't want to like just tell you anything you don't need to hear, even about me. I don't know. Or. 5 nights already. You know, I've never played a single 5 nights at Freddy's. Five nights at Freddy's. I always jokingly call that. Wait, I have to write it down for you. Whenever I refer that game out loud, I jokingly call it 5 nights already. Because there was an iteration of that meme where it's like, wait, I could draw this for you. I have an expo marker. I could probably draw this on the camera. Hold on. Probably not a good idea to draw on cameras, but it's an expo marker, so I can just wipe it off after, right? Okay, hold on. How do I do this? This. I hate baseball. I really do. Okay. I think if I do it like this. How's that look? Oh wait, it's backwards because it's on the camera. Okay, hold on. I have to I have to do it. I have to write it backwards because you're seeing it backwards from how I write it. Because it's on the camera. Okay, hold on. Okay, here, let me try this way. Okay. Okay, that's kind of hard. How do I do this? And then I guess it would go that way. Boom. You see it? Okay. Let's see. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Okay. So it was wait, describing this backwards is gonna be so hard. Okay. So it was a math test program website that you used to study, like in high school or whatever. And it was, I'm like actively making this backwards in my mind as I go. It was written like this. And then it said, oh, this is so hard. Okay. That would be a B. Or no, wait, that's not how I... God, that's so weird. And then... it was like, etc. 5/9 already. And it like simplifies to a certain number. And they circled it. Wait, I have a red expo marker over here. Does this work? And they circled it. And they did an arrow pointing. And it was a picture. Of Freddy Fazbear. Do you see my vision? Because 5/9 already sounds like Five Nights at Freddy's. Do you know the meme? Alright, well now that I have this open, I might as well draw a debonair before I put this away. Alright, let's see. I'll do... How should I draw the debonair this time? I'll draw him with a little hat. Alright, hold on. It's a little hard. Because this camera is actually very small. I don't think you can appreciate just looking at this, how small it is on my end. It's so small. Alright, and then... I don't know what kind of face to give it. And then your hat will be... I'll give you a little party hat for when it's your birthday. Boop. That's my impression of like the birthday pop, not part, like the blower thing. You know those birthday blowers that you blow into? Alright. Oh yeah, and let me pull back out my red one. There you go. Boom. Alright. Let me clean up my camera now. Sorry, there's a lot of residue left over. That's kind of fun. Have you ever seen the video of like I think it was at the Olympics or something. There was this athlete that came up and wrote on the camera. And wait, actually I want to draw that too. I want to see how close I can get it from my memory of it. He walked up and wrote on the camera, or I guess drew on the camera, and he was focused so hard. Like really, really focused, right? And this is exactly what he at this speed, it was like locked in on his face. You could see it. He was like, have you seen that? I don't know if you recognize that. He like drew on the camera. That's what that made me think of. Explaining that meme visually for you. All right. Let's put the expo marker away. The dry erase. The non-brand specific dry erase marker, excuse me. Yeah, that's me. That's me like That's me exhausting every brain cell I have, maximum overdrive, just to do the smallest thing. Chronically online. Surprise. Would you actually try FNAF? I'd like to, because I've never actually played it before. But the reason I've never played it before is because it's a scary game. I'm not very good at scary games. I would need I don't know, maybe I could try it and have somebody there to hold my hand. I know Zeal's offered to do that. I've also talked to like By the Beat as a group about doing that in the past. Vanta seems interested in doing that with me as well sometime. I don't know. Just a matter of when, who, and what. Like the game, the person, and the time. I don't know. I do feel like of all the scary games, Five Nights at Freddy's is probably an easier one in theory. Because you're being pursued, but you're not being chased. Right? So that might be a little easier for me to handle. I'm really bad at any game where you're chased and you can like see the thing or hear it chasing behind you. Oh, I can't handle it. I'm so bad at that. I'm too weak. Am I underestimating it? I'd like to try it though. And one of my goals as a streamer is to play a scary game with nobody there. Like nobody in call to hold my hand. I want to do that at least once. Fears of the Fathom. I've never even heard of it, let alone played it. Was that a phobia? Hold on, I should probably Google it before I read it out loud, because I'm not familiar with the word. Let's see. Deocophobia. A specific phobia characterized by an extreme fear of being pursued by someone or something, even when the pursuit poses no real threat. That's exactly what I got. I've told the Animal Crossing story before, right? I was being chased in Animal Crossing with a bug net by a human child, and my heart started palpitating because I was fearful. I feared for my life, even though I was playing Animal Crossing with like a 4-year-old. I was babysitting, and I still got scared. I'm so bad at being chased. It's gonna get me! It's gonna get me! Listen! Yeah, like environmental horror is fine. Usually. Like if it's just spooky atmosphere, I can handle that. The things that I struggle with when it comes to games that scare me or that make me nervous, I struggle with being chased, like by a threat or by anything, just being physically chased, pursued, like something is trying to outpace me and get me. Or I struggle with deception games as well. Those make me nervous too. I get really nervous when I have to deceive like friends. You know what I mean? I'm really bad at that as well. That stresses me out. Because then in games like that, I get performance anxiety. I start to feel like I'm not good enough at lying. And I start to feel like they hate me if I do a good job. So I just can't win. Even though like it's fun, right? Like I enjoy it. I'm having the time of my life, but the moment I have to keep that facade up, it's over. I'd rather be deceived. Yeah, Among Us, that was so hard. That was so difficult. Getting it 3 times in a row, that's the worst luck I've ever had. It's unreal. But even as scary as it was, I had a really good time. And that was my first time playing anything with a lot of my senpai, so it's a very precious memory. Even bigger benefit to me is that that seems to have been a first impression for a lot of people. So I'm thankful that it could bring us together, you know what I mean? So I'm very happy. I would not change anything. In fact, I'd go back and I'd have it 5 times in a row. Maybe then I'd actually poop my pants on stream. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, and Vox like had all the praise. He was throwing out all the praise and also all the criticism. He was like, that man is not real. He's a sociopath. That man, Oh my goodness. No, that man was having a panic attack. Like an actual panic attack at one point. Like it was fine, but I was going through it. I was sweating a lot. I was sweating so much. They didn't see it. They didn't hear my freak out. They weren't there because I was muted. Because you're supposed to mute in the actual gameplay. I was gonna cry. I was ready to go. I was talking about throwing myself out of the ship so that I wouldn't have to play anymore. I was talking about killing myself in the game so I didn't have to kill anybody else. I'm glad that I could impress anybody though, especially under those conditions, because I was very, I don't know, I was very nervous about doing a good kill Aya. I think that's my favorite part of my big crash out. I was like, because I didn't know what to do. I wasn't thinking about like how the witnesses would play out because there were only 3 of them left and 2 of them apparently stayed back, but I was panicking. I don't know what to do. I was crashing out. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Kill Aya. It was so funny. Yeah, and then my one-sided beef with her, that was so funny. Where she like had a grudge against me because I killed her in the first game. I love Aya. She's so fun. She's always a good time. Yeah, I was gonna cry. I couldn't handle it. When I play those games, I like to just do my tasks and get all my tasks done, even if I become a ghost. That's what I like to do. I know that's literally like, that is an accessory to the actual point of the game. The actual point of the game is the deception and the discussion, but I like to just get through that part and then do my little tasks. You know, I like, Frio calls these games chore games. I like chore games. I like to just complete my little tasks. You know, in some games, the task is to click heads and to like practice espionage and to coordinate competitively against another team. I like games where the task is to just like shake your trees and plant your seeds. Bring a little cake to an NPC on her birthday. That's what I like to do. Homework games, that's what he calls them. Chore wasn't quite right. He calls them homework games, right? I like homework games. I like to just do my little chores. Unpacking? Ooh, I'd love to play unpacking. I've thought about saving it though, because there's a very strong chance that I'll move in the future. I thought that would be a really cute game to play when I move, because then I'll actually be unpacking. Like I'll be unpacking real boxes off stream. And then I could unpack fake boxes on stream. Like digital video game boxes. Wouldn't that be so funny? Stardew Valley. I need to play it again. It's summertime. I have a little, I don't know if I'm going to keep it going. I'm not going to lie. I missed the game so bad. I had a little secret rule. I say secret. I announced it multiple times. Where I stopped playing Stardew because I wanted to, how do I describe it? I wanted to match the in-game season to the real life season so I could play the game for longer. But I honestly, I might just get through my phase and just do it back to back. I don't know. I also thought about spacing it out because there are a lot of games that I want to start, and I can schedule more games if I space them out. Because I don't want to like schedule a game and then just put it down forever. But I can also only do so many games in a week. Fields of Mystria. I'm really excited for that. There's an update coming. I thought about playing it. Because my initial, with Fields of Mystria, my initial standard was that I was going to wait until the game was totally finished. But they've added a lot since I tested it. I was waiting. I was actually following Fields of Mystria since before it entered public beta. Yeah, before you could play the demo, I was already following it. I was following the whips and updates of their character designs. I remember when some of them looked different. I was there. I was watching. And then the game dropped, and I tested it the day the beta dropped. Like, I got it right away, and I sampled it. I played through the entirety of spring, and I knew it would be a problem for me because I liked it too much. So I decided then and there, all right, Kaelix, you can't play this until later. You have to create a rule so that you don't spend your life playing this game right now. Because when the game first dropped, I think I was preparing for debut, so I didn't have the time to sit around rotting, unfortunately. Yeah, I'd really like to play Fields of Mystery. I may do it sooner than I was initially planning. Yeah, same thing happened with Baldur's Gate 3. I got that as a gift for myself last November as a birthday present, and I played it for 2 straight days. I think I straight up had like over 15 hours. Maybe more than that, more like 20 hours in the 48-hour period. And I knew it would be a problem. So I uninstalled the game. So I'd love to get back into it and properly explore it sometime. Amori, I've talked about this before. I love Amori. It's one of my favorite games I've ever played. It's been about 2 years since I've played it. I think I want to wait until it's been about 3 years. Because if it's been 3 years, I won't remember as much of the game. I'm trying to count on, for any game that I've played before, I like to count on my really selective memory so that I can enjoy the game more. I think that even though I've already played it once before, I'll have more fun with it if I wait until I've forgotten more of it. And then I'll just remember the basic events, you know? So then my reactions can be more spontaneous and sincere. But I do love the game, and I would love to share it with anybody who's less familiar. Yeah, there are a lot of games that I'd like to play. And we've got all the time in the world to play all of them, so there may come a time for any game you're curious about. For some, maybe not. There are some I'm not as interested in. I have a kind of, unless it's something special, I don't personally plan to play any gacha streams, any gacha games. I've thought about it because I've played a couple that I really, really loved, but I don't know, they're also dangerous for me. So I don't have any current plans to do that. Definitely not anytime soon. I don't know. I might change my mind. Because I don't know, I almost get FOMO watching others play them. Niji Enchanted, thinking about that. With that, it'll depend on what it's looking like when I have my PC. Oh, to give you a firm timeline, I've described this vaguely, I think. My PC, we have a plan for it now. We have the schedule, we got together, we aligned our calendars. It was tough because we both, we're both busy. Busy men, both of us, but here's the plan. I will leave home to visit him on, well, I'm opening my calendar so you can see it, or not see it, but I guess hear it, on the 29th as it currently stands. I will leave home on the 29th, and I will return home early July on like the 5th, 6th, or the 7th. And I'll be gone for the week. I'll still be streaming, but my streams will be different because I'll be traveling. So I'll have like travel stuff. I may be able to bring some of my regular stuff and just set up shop in one of his spare rooms. But yeah, I'll be on an irregular schedule and an irregular system for about a week. And he'll build my PC, and then I'll bring it back on the way home. So that way I get 2 birds, 1 stone. Because I've been wanting to plan a trip. And I've wanted to see some friends in that area anyway, but I haven't had an excuse to travel. I need a mini vacation. It's not a true vacation because I'll still be working, but I'd like to travel a bit. So that way I get the travel and I get the PC. I win. So that is when I will have that is when I'll have my PC. I'll have it. Like I will officially start streaming with the new PC. In early July. I'll have it end of June. Honestly, I may even set it up temporarily at his place and see what it runs like there. So I may sample it. We may do like tests. I don't know. But yeah, I'll have a stronger PC, so I'll be able to do more intensive PC games that I've kind of avoided until now. Which, so tragically, I never thought the day would come, includes Minecraft, if it's modded. Lots of other games as well that I've been curious about. I'll also be able to host more collabs on my channel. Part of the reason I tend to join other people rather than host them is honestly exclusively just that I can't handle it. Like I physically can't handle it on the PC's load. So I've got so many ideas for things that I'd like to host in the future. So I'm excited to have the tools that I need. Of course, that's only one half of the equation. The other half is upping my internet. So I'll figure that out. That'll be my next monster. That'll be my next monster to fell. I'll get there though, in time. Ganbarimasu yo. Valorant or Overwatch, probably not. At least not anytime soon, but there may come a time that I cave into FOMO. Because everybody that I love plays these games, so... Maybe. I don't personally enjoy FPS, though. It's not my kind of fun. It's the opposite of what I like, actually. Closest thing to an FPS that I like is Splatoon. Are you excited for Splatoon 4? They haven't announced it yet. Aren't you excited? Aren't you excited for them to announce Splatoon 4? I feel ridiculous. I want it so bad. I need them to give me the vague teaser. I need them to post an image of like an ink splot or something with no context so bad. Where's my Splatoon teaser? Hmm. I love Splatoon. What do you think it'll be like? Do you think it'll be set in the past? Or do you think it'll have like a traditional aesthetic that reminds people of the past? That's what I think it'll be. I think it'll be set in a new place that has a traditional like Japanese setting. Like lots of like shrines and temples and stuff. That's what I think. I think that'd look really, really good. I think it would be really nice because in general, Splatoon games, they tend to determine the aesthetic of the next game or the story of the next game using the final fest of the previous game. And Splatoon 3's final fest was past, present, or future. Past versus present versus future, and past won. So past will have something to do with Splatoon 4 when the time comes that we get it. I want it so bad. I'm so excited for more Splatoon. More than anything, I'm kind of excited to build a new Splatoon account from the beginning with you. Part of the reason I hesitate to stream it a bunch even though I love it is that I'm using this account that I've already leveled, you know? I want to start fresh. But I don't want to go to the trouble of leveling a new account on Splatoon 3 if they're just going to announce Splatoon 4 right away. You know what I mean? I'd have to drop it like a hot rock immediately after. So I'm very excited for that. Fish dinosaurs. You think there will be dinosaurs? Ooh, like prehistoric past? Primordial inklings? That'd be pretty cool. Do you think there will be humans? Because Splatoon is set in the future. Like when humanity gets taken out by the ocean. That'd be pretty cool. Do you think there will be a human? There's a lot of lore related to human beings, actually, in the story mode for Splatoon 3. And I feel like we get a little bit more of it with each Splatoon. Like Splatoon 1 only vaguely alluded to it in the Sunken Scrolls. And then Splatoon 2, we got more like alluding to it, more illusion. Splatoon 3, it was like hard story, facts, information, artifacts left by humans, etc. So maybe Splatoon 4 we'll see more about people. That'd be pretty cool. Giant compared to Inklings? Well, I wonder if we could figure out scaling actually, because they have various things that were from humanity, right? I remember in the Sunken Scroll we see like console stuff, like controllers. I'm wondering if there's like a not a monument, like a, well, I guess a monument maybe, but like a landmark or like a physical thing in the game that we could reference. Well, actually, I think in the Octo expansion, those subways, I think those were actually made by humans and then taken by Octarians. So maybe they're not that big. I think Inklings are probably a little shorter. I don't know. But then there's also the fact that like in that same DLC, you have to build a blender and the blender is humongous. Like the blender is huge next to you. It totally dwarfs you. I don't know. Do they have cannon sizes? How tall is an Inkling? How tall is an Inkling? Legit Reddit. I'm just joking. I don't add that to my searches. Let's see. Oh, but okay. Inkling height. Let's see. Pearl is 4.9 feet. Agent 8 is around 5 feet tall as a result, because Agent 8 is a little taller. So everything is about 5 feet, it looks like. Okay. In one scroll, we're told that Inklings can leap up to 5 feet. And it's about their height. So Inklings are about 5 feet tall. So if you're 5 feet tall, or if you know anybody else who is tremendously short like you, or if you aren't 5 feet tall and you know anybody who's tremendously short unlike you, that's about how tall Inklings are. Isn't that crazy? Because looking at them with their proportions, like the size of their head and their hands and their feet, you'd think that they were like 3 feet tall. 5 feet. It's pretty crazy. I think there are Nijisanji livers that are shorter than Inklings. Isn't that bananas? Who's the shortest liver again? Is it Finana? Finana Ryugu height. Yeah, if you wanna think of like if you wanna think of an Inkling, just think of something slightly taller than Finana. Or like if you imagine 2 Inklings where one of them is sitting on the shoulders of the other one, that'd be about as tall as me, probably. Because it would cut the height of the second one in half, right? Because their legs would be away. Yeah. Hey, it's not my fault that everyone in this world is tiny. It's not my fault. I was born with everything. Is she gonna smite me for this? Is she the type to do that? I feel like... I don't know. I feel like Finana can be the type to pick on you, but she's also... I don't know. I feel like every time I've seen her mentioned or like anything, any interaction, she's always just kind of like, okay, ha ha ha. Like that's how she responds to everything. I feel like she's just chill, you know? She'd just be like, that's funny. I think that's what she'd say. Or she'd be like, I'm not that short. Yeah, I think she's just chill. I think she'd just take it, you know? She would just accept this. She would accept her fate as being shorter than an Inkling. Maybe she knows an Inkling. She's from the ocean, right? Maybe that's why she's so short. Maybe she's like, maybe she predates the Inkling. So accurate. I think Zeal's is better. I think the one that Zeal dropped during our video call the other day was way better. When she said he was in heat. So stupid. She's not even here. She's not even here. This is dishonorable. Yeah, no. No more. I'll behave. Finana Ragugu. Finana Ragugu. I'm not bad mouthing. Is that bad mouthing? I'm talking about how she's chill and funny, right? Am I bullying? I'm being so cool. I'm the epic Kohai with nothing but respect. What? What's the matter? Whoa. Sometimes I forget I can do this. Hello? Oh wait, you know what? Here. Just because you've been so nice to me, and to make up for the lack of schedule here, I know you like this, right? Whoa. Wow. By the way, if you're curious about membership, this is usually what my membership streams are like no BGM, and it's usually this room. I don't know, just kind of chill. I just felt like setting it up the same way for today. No reason in particular, but I guess it kind of doubles as an advertisement. Wow. Just if you're ever curious. Member strips. No, don't make fun of me. I was trying in earnest to speak normally. Wah, you hate me. Wah, why? Nah, it's okay. Yeah, no, membership. But everyone seems to describe this look as naked. I'm fully clothed, mind you, and they talk about me like I'm just naked. I've got all my clothes on. I guess not all of my clothes, but I'm fully clothed still, right? Like I've got all the clothes I need on. Wait, can I like... All right, hold on. Whoa. I kind of love the the smoothing on it. Look, it's like a movie. Whoa. One of these days I need to have just a testing, like a visuals testing stream, where I just play with all the cool things that my camera can do. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I like to sample everything that I have at my disposal. Maybe we should just be closer in general here. How do you like this? You can just be like this for the rest. You can't see my grippers though. Wait, are grippers feet or hands? Grippers are feet. I feel like grippers should be hands instead of feet because you grip things with your hands. Why are grippers feet? I don't agree with that. Well, you probably don't want to see my grippers right now anyway. I feel like it would just make you sad. Or I guess my gripper is singular. Wait, that makes it sound like I only have one foot. I didn't have to amputate the other one. Don't worry. I feel like you grip with your hands. You could grip with your feet, but you generally don't, right? Unless you're someone that uses your feet to do like hand things, which is also pretty cool. I used to do that all the time just to see like if I could. Like I'd clean up my feet and I would try to do hand things with my feet. Pretty hard. Mad respect to people that do it on the regular. No, why do you want to see my feet? Be normal. What the heck? The most I do with my feet nowadays when it comes to picking things up is if I drop something. Sometimes I'll grip it with my toes to like bring it up so I don't have to bend down. Just because that's faster sometimes. Yeah, no feet cam, unfortunately. Honestly, I shouldn't even have to say unfortunately. It's so... why would you want to see that? Why? Why? Holy moly. Visual learner? What the heck? No feet cam. Hand cam? Maybe for something special. Definitely not anytime soon. Probs not. Would I paint my nails? I guess I could. Like if it was needed for like a costume. I have in the past. Like if I was supposed to for modeling or things like that, but I don't really like to. I've never liked the way it smells or feels, or in my case I don't like the way it looks, but I think it looks pretty cool on other people. I'm not a big fan of having painted nails myself. I like to see other people with painted nails more. 200k bath. Nah, I don't wanna steal Crisis's okay, hold on. Crisis's thing, right? That's their thing. Or is it like like a crisis is. I don't. The name keeps changing. I can't keep up. Hmm. Yeah, no, I don't want to steal that. I should probably do something for 200 if we get there, though. I don't know. I've been thinking about that recently, since there was a 200k celebration for somebody else not too long ago. I wonder, what would you like to see? Here, actually, we can just this will not decide anything. To be clear, if you're watching this in the future, don't worry, you're not missing out on anything. What would you want to see for 200k? This is a while down the line, probably. Just curious, because I've got no clue what to do. 24 hours, that will definitely not happen. I can't handle that, but I might be able to give you like 12 hours. I might be able to give you 12 hours, and then I sleep for 12 more hours. And then I give you 12 extra hours after that. You're not gonna get the 24-hour non-stop stream. That's just not gonna happen. Not me, sorry. I can't handle that. There are some days when I'll go like 3 hours and it's time to clock out. I don't know if I could handle that. Or if I push myself, I wouldn't enjoy it. And I think if we're not all having fun, then there's no point. And I don't wanna push myself to anything like that. I see. A lot of people want me to cook. I've thought about that. I've considered it. Karaoke. Collab karaoke. That'd be pretty cool. Like I get other people to sing with me. I've almost done that every single time, by the way. Every single time I'll pick one song where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna reach out to somebody and I'm gonna get them to sing the other part. And then I get too shy and then I don't do it. So I just sing it by myself. I've done it like 3 times in a row. I need to work up the nerve to ask people to sing things with me for karaoke streams. Ooh, request karaoke? That will probably never happen. I'm gonna be so for real. Mainly because I have to prepare it and get it approved beforehand. That's just how it works. I can't do it impromptu, unfortunately. Let's see. Say so ASMR. I could probably handle that. I could probably handle something like that. Like I try to take it seriously, but I don't do anything risque. Maybe. Ooh, requests from other livers, like before the stream goes live. That could be cool. That could be cool. I could get a handful of others to like tell me what to sing, and then I have to learn it. That'd be pretty fun. You probably get a big mix of songs. Host something. Ooh, like I would love to do that actually. I would love to host like a big collab thing. That'd be pretty cool. Ring Fit. Oh, you want me to play Ring Fit? I'd be down to play Ring Fit. I had a phase with that in the past, but I haven't touched it in a while. Maybe I could do Ring Fit. That'd be fun. I have it. I used it for a while. I've been thinking of picking it up regularly again because I kind of struggle to go outside when I'm sleeping weirdly. And I like to do my exercise by jogging and running outside. Ooh, more drawing. Drawing the like the painting thing I had there for a bit was really fun. I'd love to paint again. Let's see. Ooh, voice acting, huh? You know it could be really cool is if I could like I could borrow like a studio and I could have the Q&A box open like this and I could take line requests. Could you imagine? That'd be kind of scary, but I feel like I could do that maybe. That'd be pretty fun. Cuz I'd like to improve my voice acting. I'm a total amateur. So that'd be like valuable practice, and then if there's anything you just are desperate to hear me say, that'd be like a very rare instance where it's okay to ask me to say something in a certain voice or like to say certain words, because it's usually not cool. I usually don't like when people do that. I see. Thank you for all the ideas. I'll ask again sometime. I think what I'll probably do if we get to 200k is when we get close to it, I will I'll probably release like a post on the community tab so that there's more time for you to cook it up. That way I'll collect ideas that way. But this gives me stuff to think about and maybe stuff to plan for if there's anything that requires a little bit more. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Which character would you voice act? Ooh, okay. When I think about no characters in particular, right? But when I think about what kind of character I'd love to do, my favorite, I think I've described this really vaguely before. My dream role when it comes to, like, if I ever got the chance to voice act in something else, would be the kind of character who says really, really mean things in a really, really sweet voice. That'd be really nice. You know what I mean? Because those are my favorite characters in fiction. I love when they say really, really, really like critical things, but they have like the most welcoming, sweet, friendly tone ever. Like, I'm trying to think. Give me something mean to say. Give me something mean to say. I'll give you a sample. I'll try it out right now. I'm kind of nervous, but I want to try it. I don't know what to... I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm not very good at playing a mean character off the top of my head. I'm not very good at, like, improving mean. Let's see. Not that kind of mean. I feel like you just want me to say these things. Okay. Let's see. Why does it all relate to money? It's all about money. What the heck? Yeah, I'd love to play like a character who's really like, they're really mean, but they say it in a really sweet way. Like, let's see. So much about delusion. Wait, these are references. You make me sick. Like, know your place, okay? I'd love to play a character like that. I think that'd be really fun. That's my dream role. No characters in particular. Thank you for the ideas. Some of these were so silly. I could tell what you were trying to cook up. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I guess I gotta give you that like studio stream. That'd be pretty fun. What the heck? For free? That's nothing. What are you talking about? Go elsewhere for that. I got nothing. I'd also love to play the kind of character who's just very loud and stupid, like the typecast. I feel like I could handle that. And then I think a challenge kind of character that I'd really love, like the opposite of typecast, would be somebody who's really mature and serious and even a little cold. You know? Someone very, very cold. Very serious. Very, like, out of the way. Ooh. I don't know if I could handle that. Why are you crying again? I know. Vampire, right? What happened, Bella? It'd be really fun. I'd love to have that kind of practice, you know? Taskaru anyway? I'm reciting a meme. That's not Taskaru. What the heck? Oh, Tamaki, what for the loud and stupid? I love Tamaki. I've seen so much like art of me as Tamaki. That's made me so happy because Oran's very nostalgic for me. Yeah, Oran was when I first properly discovered what anime is and I started retroactively watching older stuff so that I could be cultured and so that I could know the ones that my friends knew. Oran, I think, was one of the very first ones that I watched because it was an anime. I love Oran. So nostalgic. Natsukashi. I run and run 1,000 miles, and I am barely breathing. Only the fuel of a passion heart keeps this body strong and moving forward. I love that song. Could it be I found a place to rest? That song makes me cry. I think I've talked about that before. I feel like I'm a broken record of just replaying the same 60 topics over and over again. I'm so sorry. I don't even realize until I've said it already. Yeah, that guitar riff that plays before it actually starts in an episode. Where it's like dum 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 wow 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 wow. Pretty banger. Pretty banger. Yeah, I love Oron. Very nostalgic. I don't know. I don't feel like I would be. I think I probably do have Tamaki's personality, but I feel like if I went to that kind of school, I'd have to be like Haruhi. You know, I'd have to get there on grades. I used to be an honor student. I guess I don't know if I was technically an honor student. I don't know if we had the. What defines an honor student? Is there like a specific thing you have to do, like a specific kind of course, or is it just like a broad category? Because I did elevated courses and I did college in high school. I think I've talked about that before as well. All A's. I had that going for a long time too. I was actually on track to be like #1 for a long time, and then I flopped in my junior year, and I picked it back up in my senior year. Did well again, but because I flopped in my junior year, I wasn't even second place. Yeah. I had to study for the first time, and I just couldn't handle it. Senioritis? No, I didn't get senioritis. It was more like I hit my junior year and I took much more difficult courses and I took more of them than before, and it was too fast for me. And the school that I went to had a really strict grade policy where every single day you turned something in late, every extra day it was late was 25% off of the final grade. So after 4 days of lateness, it was a 0, no matter how many you got right. So I would take 3 days to finish it, and then I would just give up. Or I guess 3 extra days to finish it on top of the original deadline. It would just take me too long to finish everything. But then I was very fortunate. I went to the administrator, or I guess I was called to the administrator because I was struggling with submitting things on time. And she was like, "Kaelix, what's going on? What's the matter?" Because you have to meet a certain standard to get into the school in the first place. So if a student starts struggling like that, there's obviously something wrong, right? She was very understanding, and I explained my situation. And then for me specifically, they didn't just remove the policy for everybody because they were all doing just fine. But for me, I was able to submit my assignments without the late policy. I was able to take more time to finish it. And then I was getting good grades again. So that was really cool. I was very thankful that they were down to do that. Yeah. Still, I still flopped the first year, the junior year. So that was still there on my record, but I was able to make up for it. That was pretty cool. I'm very thankful that they understood that and that they were down to help. Because I think academia has a way of punishing people for being suboptimal in certain areas. You have to be like perfect at regurgitating everything in order to do well. That's part of why I ever did good in school in the first place, was just because I would remember things as they were delivered in class, and I never had to like study or anything, and it was simpler stuff. It's not that I was smart, it was that I was just really good at regurgitating information. Yeah. Tips for studying? I was doing better at it senior year, so I don't feel totally unqualified. Set times and keep them. Like, you have to commit to it. It has to be an absolute rule. If you set a rule, you cannot break it. If you break it, the world is going to end. Now, that might not work for everybody, but that's what works for me. I set a rule. Like, I have to study from this hour to this hour. I have to turn these devices off, and I cannot so much as think about turning them on until I've completed this task or until this amount of time has expired. And sometimes that's the better way to do it. Rather than thinking about completing a task or completing an amount of information, it's better to think about dedicating a specific amount of time to it. And however much you do in that time with no distraction is just however much you do. That's what's important. My problem was that I was used to just spending all my time elsewhere and still remembering everything. But when I got into those elevated courses, only half of the information would come up in the lecture. The rest of it you had to read and apply it yourself to figure it out. I wasn't equipped for that. I had to learn really quickly, and I was not quick enough. Yeah, the key is to lock in. That's my best advice. A lot of people recommend what is it called? Is it tamago timer, or is it like tomato timer? What is it? Like the kitchen timer? There's like a system, Pomodoro. That's what it's called, right? Pomodoro. Yes, thank you. Pomodoro, where you set smaller periods, you study for that period, and then you run the timer again for a different amount of time, and you can use that time to rest or to chill. That can be really, really helpful for people that struggle with long periods. That's a really, really healthy way to apply it. I've thought of applying that like to streams, like do a work stream, keep myself locked in. Like I'll work for 20 minutes and then I'll just chill for like 5 to 10. Yeah, 20-10, 20-10. 50-10. I guess it depends on what you're working on. Some things might need more time. Some things you might be able to break it up more easily. Wait, what's it mean in Italian? Hold on. I saw somebody say what it means in Italian, and that's tomato in Italian. Really? Is that what that word means? That's so cool. Because the original kitchen timer is shaped like a tomato, right? Pomodoro means tomato. That is so cool. I didn't know that word. Nice. Thank you for letting me know that. I'll remember that. Do you hear my keyboard? Sorry, I'm the most annoying guy in the world with this right now. Here, hold on. I'm gonna lower my gate so you can hear it fully. And I'm gonna type something. I'm gonna what should I type? Here, I'll move the mic too so you can hear it more clearly. Keyboard ASMR. You ready? Impromptu. All right. Boom. Isn't that satisfying? Nails are long? No, wait, did I not announce that I cut them recently? Yeah, I totally clipped them. I clipped them. They're both, I guess they're, I don't know how short is short. They're shorter than before, both hands. They're the same. My nails on both hands are the same length right now. They're the same. And they're about, I don't know how to describe this. If I do like my, here's a way I can describe it. If I tap my fingernails on my screen, like my phone screen, I can do it with my nails, like with my fingers vertical, like perpendicular against the screen, but I can't do it with them flat. And I can do it when they're longer. Like I can only do it perpendicular. They're that short. I may grow them out again. Oh, WPM test? Wait, hold on. I might still have that. I did an impromptu one during my collab with Zeal. I think I can find that. Hold on. I did it twice. I did the 25 word test and the 30-second test because we did both of those in by the beat. Here, I should probably... Wait, where is the test? I saved the screenshot right after, didn't I? Okay, hold on. Okay, give me a second. I have to find it. My files are a mess right now. Okay. So apparently the 30-second one is the actual one that people use. That's this one. Still adjusting though, so I'm prone to making mistakes as I lock in even. And then here is the 25 word test as well. Boom. Yeah, I still think I'm either the lowest in by the beat or the second lowest because Seible won't disclose it. And I don't know if that means that he's the slowest and doesn't want to be the slowest, or if he's just being mysterious like he does by default anyway. He's a mysterious guy. I love that guy. I'm the slowest in by the beat. For now. Yeah, Seible's published WPM is over 200 words per minute with 0 accuracy. Like he can type at 200 words per minute without getting any of the words right. Who's the fastest? Of the ones we've confirmed, it's Frio. He's really fast. Fast and accurate. And it really suits him, right? I feel like that's his personality. Yeah, don't be discouraged if mine is higher than yours, honestly. I think true average is like 30. I think that's the actual... I don't know if that's changed. That's what I remember. Hold on. Average WPM. Around 40 now. 80 is considered excellent. 120 is advanced, apparently. Honestly, I probably generally type a lot slower. Because, you know, when you're taking these tests, you go as fast as you can. I don't normally type that fast. Typing tends to be much more nonchalant, much more chill. Basement dweller. Well, I don't know. I love the internet. I've found that you can connect with really cool people on the internet that you might not find elsewhere. And it's really cool to bridge that gap and then bring them into your real world. That's what I like to do. It's one of my treasures of this world, that I can meet new people online and then bring them offline. All fingers? Not really. I only really use... Well, hold on. Let me confirm this. I'll type one more thing. Let's see. Okay, so I mostly just use my thumbs, my index fingers, and my middle fingers. My pinky comes in when I'm doing... Oh, wait, okay. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna type, let me try... Okay, my pinkies and ring fingers come in sometimes, but only for the furthest right and left keys, like shift and enter. Wick, you hate me. You hate me. I'm talking about how it's a new shape. It's a totally new experience, and I'm prone to making mistakes, and you point and laugh at me? Is that what you do? Do you hate me? Is that what this is about? Is that what this is? You don't like that, or do you just not like me? Huh? Yeah, I guess I do use all fingers, but I mostly just use my thumbs, index, and middles. Do you think you'll get faster? I feel like I already am. I tested faster than I did on my old keyboard, and I feel like I don't have to press as hard. So I think as I adjust, I might get a higher score if I test again, like a month or two down the line. I don't know. Perfect typing position? No. I was never properly taught to type. I just learned on my own, self-taught. And when I do it, okay, hold on. I'm gonna shake my hands around. Where do I go? My middle right finger goes on K, and then the nearby two fingers go on J and L. For my left hand, it's A, S, and D is where I start, and I just kind of adjust as I type. Is that normal? What's the proper way to do that? That's just how I start. I don't know what the traditional position is. I think PC gaming may have conditioned me to ASD for the left hand because of WASD. Yeah, honestly, my fingers don't rest on the keys. That's just where I start. As I go, my hands kind of float above it, almost like I'm playing piano. Does that make sense? Like my hands are hovering above the keyboard and my fingers touch down like lightning to hit whichever key I need to. Is that not how people say WASD? How do you pronounce that out loud? Do you just say WASD? That takes so much time. What the heck? What's your problem? Is there something wrong with WASD? Is that not how people say that? I feel like I've heard that out loud. WASD pronunciation. Let's see. WASD. WASD. WASAD. WASD. WASD. Double WASD. WASD. What? No way. No. No. All right, hold on. You know I have to settle this. WASD. W A S D. Some secret third flavor. All right. Speak now or forever hold your peace. How do you say this out loud? No. 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 Okay. Yes. No. No. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Go back. You know, I love my polls. I love my polls. I like to settle disagreements. Really? Okay, what's the third flavor? If you've chosen the secret third flavor, how do you pronounce it if it's the third flavor? WASDA. That's the same thing as WASDA, like the first one. Yeah. So to be clear, WASDA, WASDA, or WASD. Third flavor is Aswood. That's not on the table here. We're talking about WASD. WASAD. Ah, WASAD. What's that? What's that? What's that? Edward. What the heck? I give up. Okay, thank you, I guess. Holy moly. What happened, Vela? Edvard. Okay, I guess 50% of you are just wrong. That's fine too. My WASDA truthers, they know it's good. Do I sound sad? Wait, do I actually? I'm not sad. It's all a joke to me. I'm just playing it up. I'm gonna finish off my tea. Ah, when you have honey in it, the last swallow is always the sweetest. Because the honey tends to settle at the bottom even when you mix it up. You believe in Jif? Oh my goodness, wait! I want to try this again, because By total mistake. I never actually ended the poll during my collab with Zeal, so we never got the final answer. Ah, what a shame. It's okay, because we can do it again now. All right? Okay. And I'll even give him the advantage of putting his choice as the first option. All right. Here in a moment, a poll is going to go live on the chat box at the top. If you know what's good for you, you'll choose Jif, all right? It would make me so happy if Jif came out triumphant. Do you know how great it would be if Jif, the second option, the lower of the two, came out as number 1? Do you know how happy that would make me? Do you know what that would do for me? Please? I don't ask for much. Just vote Jif. Even if it's just 1% higher, that'll be enough for me. It's the right answer too. I feel really strongly about this. Come on, please. I see you wavering. Don't be shy. This is a safe space. You can vote for Jif. They won't know. I won't tell anybody. Just be between us, right? I won't tell anybody. Don't worry. Just vote Jif. The second one, not the first one, just to be clear. GIF just doesn't sound very good, does it? But Jif, it just really rolls off the tongue, don't you think? Oh, you know what? Wait, where's my... Please? It's so close. It's 57-43. Don't you think it would be nice if it was 49-51? I would love it if you voted for the second option so that the result was higher. Wouldn't it be so impressive? All the cards stacked against us, but we win together anyway. Wouldn't that be so awesome? Please. Pretty please? Come on, there's still time. The number's dropping. That's kind of the opposite of what I asked for. You're holding strong, huh? Okay. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. Okay. I see how it is. That's fine. I get it. You know what? Yeah, I expected this. It's okay. I know there's nobody in my corner. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much to everybody who voted. Thank you for voting honestly. You voted honestly, right? It's not enough for you to vote for it. You have to believe it. You have to think it's actually the right answer. Do you believe it? Do you believe in the option you voted for? Now, at the end of the day, both of them are technically correct. There's no single right answer except for mine. That's the actual right answer, but they're both acceptable. They're both acceptable. If you choose to say it as GIF, I accept you. I accept you no matter what. I accept you. So silly. It's so silly. Oh, happy Pride. Oh, yeah, it is June. I almost forgot again. I keep forgetting because I feel like I'm still in April. I'm gonna be so honest. I feel like it's still April. Trying to think of what I want to say. I generally have like a rule of avoiding anything political, and I don't feel like this stuff should be considered political. But we also kind of live in a world where just being a certain way is a political act. So for now, I will say this. On a serious note, right? Like, to be real for a moment. I accept you, and I am proud of you. I accept you as you are today, and I don't need to know anything about how you were yesterday or how you were brought into this world. I accept you as you will be tomorrow. I accept you regardless or even because of the way that you love others. I think that is a really epic thing that anyone can do, and you are epic for that. So, now and forever. Heart emoji. Just throwing that out there. I don't know. I don't mean to get emo, but it is kind of an emo topic. I think it can be very difficult to know who you are. And it can be even... I think that's hard for anybody. I think everybody struggles with knowing who they are. Like, every single person on Earth. And I think it can be a lot harder when other people become obstacles to that. Yeah, I hope that at the very least you feel safe here. If not elsewhere. Heart emoji. Yeah. Be who you are for your pride. What is the video? Happy gay month, because you know you're gay and stuff. The video cracks me up so bad. I got the Skittles because it's got the rainbow on it. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I genuinely still feel like I'm in April. I feel like so much time has passed since debut. Like, I saw somebody be like, you mean May, right? No, I mean April. I feel like May hasn't happened yet. I feel like I'm just about to enter May, is where I feel like I am right now. In my mind, I debuted like a month ago. If that. That's how I feel right now. Can you believe it's been almost 3 months? It'll be 3 months in like 2 weeks. Isn't that bananas? Less than 2 weeks. That's just insane to me. I can't process this information. It just passed by so quickly. And it's passing by so quickly. Yeah, already 3 months in about, what, 13 days. Let's see, quick math. 7, 6, 13. Yep. 13 days. It's crazy. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, right? Are you having fun? Have you had fun so far? I'm having the time of my life. I'm so happy to be here. I say it a lot, but I mean it every single time. I need you to trust that. I'm so happy to be here. I know it's kind of like a cliche to be like, he's just happy to be here, but I actually am. I actually am just happy to be here. I'm so content. I've got so many ideas, and there's so much that I want to do, and I've got all the time in the world to do it, so I'm excited for all the adventures to come. Okay, what I... Okay. As I mentioned in the title, this does have to be short. I have a couple extra chores that I have to get done before I go back to sleep, and I need to sleep soon or I won't wake up for the Zelda stream. So actually, I should probably set up the Zelda stream now so I can just like redirect you to it unless anybody's live. Let's see, because that could be a good choice. Just give you the waiting room now. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, in the meantime, I can show you my schedule though. Here, I'll put it on stream while I figure everything else out. Is it this one? Ah, okay. Hold on. First off, we have to showcase the art. Isn't it so cute? Look at this. That's my girl Romani. That's my girl Romani. Okay, hold on. I'm checking to see where I can send you. Isn't it so beautiful? Don't you want to like type in the username at the bottom left corner of the image on Twitter search so you can find it? This person did multiple illustrations, by the way, for Zelda. They did several. They were all so cute. They did one where I'm like on my way to Death Mountain. and they did one where, like, I think in this one, I was like aiming an arrow, and there was one where I'm looking up at what is it? Va Meadow was the one in the sky. Yeah, very cool. Go check them out. Go check them out. They're so cool. Okay, let me schedule. I think I have a thumbnail for this already. Hold on. Give me a minute. All right, I'm gonna set up. Oh yeah, here. While I set it up, let me show you the schedule rather than the visual. Here, I'll put it up here in the right hand corner. Can you read that? Is that okay? Oh yeah, as I mentioned, I know I literally just published it, but as I mentioned at the start of the stream, I'm thinking of switching the members only stream and the Tuesday Zelda stream. So flipping Tuesday and Wednesday around, because if I do that, I can play Zelda for longer, and that will bring us closer to finishing the game. And I'd kind of, I don't know, it would be really cool to finish it and then be one of the first people to stream Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch too. Wouldn't that be so cool? All right, hold on. Let me set this up. Yum 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 yum. Okay. Here, I'm gonna set up a new waiting room, and I'll edit all the information after. Okay. Breath of the Wild. Let me take it out of the playlist as well. I learned that apparently putting streams in playlists before they go live is bad. I didn't know that. So I'm going to try to make the habit of just adding them to playlists after the streams are over. Okay. And that'll be 6 p.m. is what I scheduled these for. I'm trying to push my schedule back so I can be normal again. Okay, let me get their username. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to play more Zelda. I love Zelda. Thank you for always hanging out with me when I play Zelda. I'm so happy to share this game and this series with you. It's so special to me. It makes me so happy. I really want to schedule like Ocarina of Time or like an older Zelda game too. But I think for now I'll go straight into Tears of the Kingdom. Okay. I think I have it set up. So I'm going to redirect you into the waiting room that I have just created. Stream will not go live for many hours. But you can like set up a reminder if you'd like to be there for it. If you're like due to go to sleep soon as well. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. All right, where's my... Okay. Sorry about that. Probably should have thought to do it before I heard about the live action. Yes! I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited for the people that have been speculated to be in the cast as well. And like the actress they seem to be eyeing for Zelda is gorgeous and looks just like her. And the director seems like he's got a lot of cool experience. I'm really excited for it. I think a lot of people have been very critical over it being live action, but I'm very excited for it. I hope it feels like Lord of the Rings. Anyway, speed run through my schedule. I broke my toe and I deserve it. So I'm playing a bunch of Zelda games this week. I say Zelda games. I'm playing a singular Zelda game several times this week. I may even do more. Who knows? And I may just flip the schedule around so that I can play it more. But for now, today, like later this evening, EDT, I will for sure be playing Breath of the Wild. Tomorrow, I may not. I may actually flip it with Wednesday. So sorry after I published it, but I think that way is probably better in retrospect. Thursday, it's looking like I will take that day off so I can try and get a Switch 2 and also work out some other important deadlines. Friday, oh my gosh, it's a video game that's not Breath of the Wild. That's right, I'm playing Fly Night with By the Beat. This one was actually Frio's suggestion. We're kind of taking turns from now on, I think, pitching games to play together. And Frio's very into the indie scene, and he's been talking about this game since pre-debut. So I'm really, really excited to test it out with him. I'm very excited to play together as well. It looks like the flies in the game wear full plate armor, and I always loved full plate armor and like swords and stuff, so this might just be for me as well. Yeah, there will be a group collab. I think it'll be split POV as well, so you'll just be able to come to whichever channel you'd like to see it on, or all of them if you'd like to min-max everything. And then Saturday we will play more Breath of the Wild. You know what's better than 2 Zelda streams? Yeah, that is the current plan. Again, these 2 days right here, I might flip them around. This might be backwards. And with it, I may flip the time as well. I may keep the time. I will figure that out as soon as possible and let you know, okay? So sorry for like publishing it and then immediately deciding against it. I realized immediately after, I was like, wait, I have a meeting that day. Dang it, Kaelix. Yeah. I can go for more Zelda if I flip it. I may change my mind though and just keep to what I've scheduled. I'll let you know. Okay, thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry again for the lack of notice. I'm usually anti-guerilla just because I like for everybody to have the time they need to prepare for a hangout, but I don't know, I was itching. My eyes were twitching. I was just desperate to go live. It's been so long. I feel like it's been 100 years. I feel very good. I was glad we could hang out today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you again later, maybe for some Zelda. All right. Bye bye. Love forever. Ow, 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 ow. Oh my god, it's broken. Okay, hold on. We can hang out for one more second. We'll just hang out till the stream ends. It's broken again. It's just like the last time this happened. Oh no. What's going on? How do I fix it? Can you still hear me? I don't know if it's still going. It's frozen. How do I fix it? Why? Why? What's going on? What's going on? Okay. End.